we'll be talking about the use of AI technology jointly with advanced analytics. So currently, the AI revolution is happening around us, and there are more and more successful applications of this technology, from code generation, chatbots, enterprise search and retrieval, data extraction, meeting summarization, copywriting when the system can can expand on the initial write-up. And most of these applications, they are using the main feature of AI, where the system can either summarize some information or expand, providing more details in the same context. And many applications are successful. People are communicating with AI systems at work, at home, and there are more and more things coming up. However, there are certain limitations. First, those AI systems still have hallucinations, and the rate is so high that for some mission-critical applications, it is not possible to use AI agents so far because the cost of error is too high. There is no mechanism for self-verification, so systems are incapable of reasoning. So you can think of it as people who went through some training, so they have lots of knowledge and can answer various questions. But when we're handling complex tasks, we have to think about the problem, split it into subtasks, and handle them separately. So currently, AI systems are not good at that. People are working and believe that this will be the next breakthrough, thinking at the time of inference. And also for various mission-critical operations, it's important to have a human in the loop. So we need the convenient mechanism for human validation of the results. So far, AI systems are not providing that. The context window is kind of small, so the systems cannot process large enough documents. And most importantly, there are limitations just due to inability of a single AI system to handle various tasks for different reasons. Some tasks require collaboration of multiple engines to generate suitable results. Others require access to outside knowledge, for example, the support documentation or some engineering documentation in the company, so the answers provided to customers or to internal support people would be based only on this documentation. There are technologies like RAG technology that try to overcome this. So these are multi-agent systems. And also, people need access to using some external resources like maps and various other tools. So as a result, many business tasks, they require multi-agent AI approach. And I will be showing today examples with, there will be three tasks where multi-agent solution can be built on top of a no-code system. And I'll explain why it is important. So we'll be talking about automated generation of taxonomies and document classification. Data curation. This would be automated extraction of answers to complex questions where you need to extract maybe 10 different parameters about the subject that is of interest to you. And the third one would be related to early drug discovery, when you need to identify answers to some complex questions. So let's move on. So we'll be solving them with the help of multiple AI agents talking to each other and using extensions provided by the System for Advanced Analytics. Why do we need that? So for building collaborative multi-agent AI solutions, it is very convenient to have a no-code platform for quick creation of multi-step data analysis scenarios. This enables people to quickly build prototypes of some advanced solutions, shortening the development lifecycle from 6 months to maybe 2 weeks. So you can build a solution, show what results can be generated, present it to the management, and get the project funded or rejected. And in these solutions, we need to have a simple single point access to different large language models, vision language models, speech to text, etc. And it is also important to have integration with tools that help validating the results by a human. Remember, I was showing that this is a typical issue. And also, it is convenient to have a reporting engine that can deliver the results of the analysis to the users so they can communicate and comprehend the results. So what we'll be using today, these are different AI tools that are now provided in our platform called PolyAnalyst, and we provide access to various large language models. It can be models that are commercial models, and we can provide access to about any of them. And we also can provide some models and can help fine-tuning them to the data of the customer. These would be deployed locally at the customer location on the collection of GPU cluster, so PolyAnalyst can communicate with such a cluster. And in addition to that, we provide tools that would be for multi-modal approach. So we can do in our OCR engine, we can provide access to vision language models, and I'll show why it is useful, and also speech to text. So now let us move to the cases, and the first case will be automated generation of the taxonomy and document classification. So we started with an ambitious task. We asked the question, can the system itself, without any human interaction, look at the collection of documents? It can be some textual documents, or it can be video recordings, and we started with a more complex example of video recordings. And without any input from a human, can we generate a meaningful taxonomy? So we wanted to create a 3-level taxonomy. In order to do this, we started using different AI agents. So first we did the transcription of speech to text, but then so we generated a collection of documents, and then the task became more complex, because from here on we need different agents to be communicating and negotiating the best outcome. So the first agent then proposes a set of categories for a document, but we need to check whether such categories already exist if we have a taxonomy to begin with, or during the process of creating categories, every category that we generated gets recorded. So we need to check whether such category already exists, and then we would reject the addition of the new category. Instead, we would be using the previous one. And the second agent, once the first one is done, it is passing the result to agent number 3 that has a different task. Now we task this agent to verify the hypothesis that the discovered category can be actually substantiated by the document. So we return back and do this one document at a time, creating more and more categories. The next problem that you encounter is that this way you generate way too many categories. So the next agent we're passing it to would be clustering semantically similar categories. So no matter how people are discussing the topic, if they are talking about a similar thing, we would like to group all these categories together so we can generate maybe collections of 30, 50 categories. Then we would need to task the next agent with selecting the most appropriate, most general category, looking at individual clusters, and replacing all categories in the cluster with just a single most generic category. Because when we're building a taxonomy, we want to have most general categories on top and then gradually going deeper and deeper to more specific things. So this way we avoid the exponential explosion of the number of categories, and at the end of processing of this agent, we have the set of categories for level 1. Now we need to take all documents and tag them where they belong to which of the categories. Each category gets a bucket with documents, and it is being sent back to the start with this bucket. And the next thing we have to resolve is whether the category with these documents needs to be split further, or we should stop the splitting right here. If we do need to split it further, we just continue the process and generate the second level taxonomy, and then the third level taxonomy, and then on the output, we create the taxonomy that we can output. Behind the scenes, we're using different cycling capabilities of PolyAnalyst, the AI capabilities, doing them sequentially, extraction of textual records, conditional operators, and so on. The user does not need to know all these things. Once we generate the solution, it becomes a robot that can be applied again and again. So to illustrate how some of the dynamically changed parameters of the script, because this is the self-governing system. You see how we can extract in our prompts provided to AI agents. They accept variables. And these variables, they are responsible for generating different prompts for every document we're processing. And also the results of previous analysis can be passed to creating the new prompts. So this is an example of such a prompt. On the output, the system generates a set of categories. On the first level, there are 6 categories, 37 on the second, 74 on the third. And we ran this analysis on the American and British TV news in October. So if you remember, there were some hurricanes. 2 of them passed sequentially. And there was the presidential election in the United States. So these are 6 categories that you see: political commentary and so on. And on the second level, as you click on the first, the system will be showing relevant second level categories like that. For example, for election campaigns, we can look at voter demographics and see that there is coalition building in voter demographics, black voter engagement, gender and politics, and so on. And at the bottom, you see the collection of terms that differentiate this particular category we're looking at from the rest of the data. So this system can automatically help us categorize a collection of documents. This would be very important for any pharma company, for example, when you are introducing the new drug to the market and suddenly moving from the clinical trial where you had 2,000 people, you are moving to having 10 million people taking your new drug. You need to know as soon as possible what these people are talking about, and you cannot really anticipate what will be happening. So if you are building the taxonomy for classifying documents manually, it would take you several weeks. With this new robot, you can do it within maybe a couple of days or even hours, depending on the amount of data that you're processing. So the results can be shown. This is the same taxonomy, but just in this sunburst diagram. So the inner circle shows the first level, the next level circle, second level, and third. And you can click on any of them to drill down, so you see the details for election campaigns category of the first level here. Now we built the system for creating a taxonomy for the TV news. But what would it be helpful in other domains? So what we are doing, we will try to apply it to pharmaceutical domain, to high-tech industry. And when we did that, we were amazed at the outcome. So here you see the results of application of the same robot in pharma domain. So you see on the bottom left, you see different questions asked by patients. The data is coming from a support center of a pharma company. The data is de-identified, so it looks a little funny. But these are real questions from real patients. And the system categorized it. It discovered 14 categories on the first level, 88 on the second, 106 on the third level. If you look here, we're not talking about elections or natural disasters. Instead, the categories on the left are therapeutic use, stability, clinical trials, infection risk, drug interaction, infusion reactions, and so on. So the taxonomy that was created, we worked with some pharma companies on similar tasks, building taxonomies manually, and the system is providing amazingly meaningful results. So you can look at it again in the sunburst form. And the point is that in a different domain where we have no prior knowledge, the system has no prior knowledge, this robot performed meaningful categorization. We tried to apply it to high-tech industry. So what you see here, again, on the bottom left, you see different communications regarding warranty of laptop computers. And the system automatically built the 3 levels of the taxonomy. The first level contained hardware issue, network issue, driver issue, spare part inquiry, warranty inquiry, and so on. So without prior knowledge, we obtained a very accurate classification of the results. So this was case number 1, and I can show the system how it operates live, but maybe I should continue to case number 2 and show the extraction of complex facts. Here, this exercise would be, this solution would be very useful to any people who have to process financial reports or maybe research articles to extract information of interest. So they extract some facts, they give the system the task, and the system needs to return the answer in the tabular form, very concise and well organized. The most difficulties that you encounter in such tasks, much of information that you need to process can be in the form of charts, for example, or tables, as you see on the left. And information in charts and tables would be as important to you as information in text itself. So we again can use the no-code system to build an multi-agent solution. So different agents have different roles here. The first one needs to identify on the page and classify objects that it sees. Once it does this task, it can feed the corresponding fragments to different other agents. In this case, it can be visual language models. It can be some neural network-based OCR agent. So we perform chart recognition and interpretation, or table recognition and interpretation, OCRing, combining everything into the machine-readable form. And then we use other large language models to extract relevant information. And we then follow by automated conversion of the results of AI to linguistic rules. So these are NLP techniques. Why it is important? First, linguistic rules can help you validate the results generated by AI, so we can get rid of some hallucinations. And second, AI does not produce the results in the form that is convenient for humans to verify the results. But once we convert them to linguistic rules, the system performs indexing of documents, and we can use it to show relevant documents for any pattern that AI extracted. We will show the relevant places in the documents where they're coming from and highlight these patterns in text. So how this whole thing works. So the first agent identifies different blocks on every page, like chart, table, and so on, and passes it to the next vision language model. What you see on the left is a chart. On the right, the system generates a table. And this table contains roughly the same information that you see in the chart. So if I take the table on the right, I can build the chart on the left if you want to do it backwards. But the system starts parsing the chart and populating the table. So it, for example, from the legend, it creates additional columns. Then it finds the markers, finds the corresponding data points, and populates the table. You see that there are some additional stars and crosses at the bottom of the chart. So these designate statistical significance. So we generate one more column. And we can do it with a line chart. We can do similar things with bar charts. Again, tables on the right, I can use them to produce the picture on the left. But what I have on the right is in machine readable form now. So the system performed OCRing with vision language model and generated these results. So here is more generation of more things, more tables from charts. And the tables themselves with scanned documents, they can contain complex headers, and they need to be interpreted. So you see the table on the left which was an image. It was moved to the machine readable formatted table on the right. Now we can query this machine readable form and generate the necessary answers. And the same goes with text. So this is an OCRing of text. So we convert a picture to machine readable text. The next agent that picks this up is the question answering system. And once we generate answers, the next agent converts it to linguistic rules. So we can take, for example, here is the analysis of an article about Disney company. So we wanted to extract different events from the article, and we take different attributes. They get converted to this statement in XPDL, Extensible Pattern Definition Language. We can take the results that we just generate in a particular field, and then the system creates the corresponding. When I click on a particular element in the results of AI, the system can show me the corresponding document where it's coming from with the pattern highlighted, which is very important. So what we can offer to the company, they can load different papers. We show them answers to complex questions. For example, these were articles on some clinical trials. And for these, we output for the particular article on top. There are 4 of them. So for the first one, we extract 26 facts. And these facts, it is the type of the study, the drug that was trialed, how many patients were in the trial, what was measured, was it the improvement in sleep or reduction in pain, or increased mobility or something else. When things were measured and what was measured compared to placebo, what was the output, was the effect achieved, and what is the error associated with these measurements, what's the p-value and so on. So on the left you see extracted facts, but it's not the end of the story, because the researchers, they cannot have a single error here. They need to verify all the results. So we need to have a human in the loop. They need to go through the results and validate them. So to achieve this, we provide the navigation strip on the right, where we can click on a particular element and see where in the text it is coming from. And you see why we extracted this fact from here. So similarly, there are others. So then we click on the button Export All Efficacy Data, and bingo, we have a table that includes all the necessary elements that we wanted to extract. So now let me show you some of these things inside the actual system. And here is the interface of PolyAnalyst. And the user can build multi-step data analysis scenarios. So these scenarios, they can be relatively complex. And since we started talking about the conversion of charts, so these are the results of the OCR engine. So you can see how different elements, different tables, for example, are actually converted to machine readable form. In some of them, some of the pages, you see that here there are 6 different charts. So when I click on them, the system shows me. So this would be this chart number 1, and you see how things are populated, and chart number 2, chart number 3, and some of them are really complex, like this one, for example, because it has systolic blood pressure on the left, diastolic on the right. So the system has to decide how to differentiate all these data points. So you see systolic, upper limit, lower limit, diastolic, and so on. So this is an example of how these things are generated. On the autotaxonomy creation, so I promised showing the outcome. So if I click here, for example, on elections campaign, you'll see the 2nd level category, voter mobilization, candidate differentiation, and you can see the corresponding 3rd level categories. For example, on the foreign policy position, you see the corresponding data records. So we can click on any particular element here, and you see where this was in the original transcripts of the news stories. If we look at political commentary, we see that there was lots of criticism, for example, on Donald Trump, regardless of the outcome of the elections. So you can see how we can go and see the actual elements right away. And this is the result for the news. As I mentioned, here we loaded data, some questions from patients. So these are individual questions, and they get categorized here. So therapeutic use, stability, and so on. For example, if we look at any of these things, for example, at infection risk, you will get very meaningful records on the 2nd level. If we look at stability, the system talking about room temperature, reconstruction stability, freezing stability, and so on. Therapeutic use, we have patient-specific considerations, administration instructions, side effects. We click on side effects, and you start seeing all kinds of specific side effects being mentioned. And we can go to drill down to any particular ones. So you see all of these will be side effect related. And similarly, if we look at the warranty repairs data on laptop computers, so again, these are some of the records. So we see 11 categories on the left. So for example, let's click on the largest category, hardware issue. And you start seeing display malfunction, hard drive failure, boot failure, and so on. So for example, for display malfunction, you see what the system is providing. So like system board failure, what is happening there. So to remind you, so these taxonomies were generated completely automatically, and the system can be applied to other types of documents. And we tried it even on different languages. It produces meaningful results. So these are 2 tasks that, two things that I wanted to discuss. Then there is a 3rd topic related to early drug discovery, and I have about 6 minutes left, so I will try to be quick here. So just imagine that you work at a pharma company and you produce some substance that can affect expression of certain genes. You would like to know what illnesses you can cure with it. And the information you need, it might be already present in the works of hundreds of thousands of researchers working in different labs across the world, and they record their findings in the in research articles. They are referenced in the system called PubMed, but there are almost 40 million documents there. So you cannot really use any artificial intelligence to process this data. It is too large. And also AI, large language models, they are good only at the data that they have been trained on. And these articles, they keep coming out, so you don't know what new knowledge will be available. So your strategy should be different. A simple ChatGPT will not answer this question for you because it doesn't know. So what we are offering the building a solution that first uses linguistic rules to process all 40 million articles and identify possible matches where a particular pathogen is mentioned, and this can be found through ontologies of pathogens like mesh different genes, and we can use the gene ontologies to extract any kind of genes. And we are looking for articles where certain pathogens and genes are mentioned together with the discussion of immune response. So we can shrink the number of articles that we do need to analyze by several orders of magnitude right away. So we're down to several thousand articles. But not all of these articles are real hits. So now we need to do verification, and we're using the system, the AI-based system, to start validating these results. And again, you see that we're using the variables. So these are dynamically generated queries. So for every article, we'll be checking the hypothesis if this pathogen that is associated with this article is using the gene that is also associated with this article that we already extracted, that they're using to evade or interfere with the immune defense. And we make the system reason, and then we get the results. So these would be the results. So these are the reasoning, and what we need out of this is the actual supported or not supported, the hypothesis. But after that, we need to validate the results to get rid of the hallucinations. So if I show you the corresponding script, so here it is, and what we will be doing, we will be actually extracting the chain of causation, that the pathogen will be using this and this mechanism to extract, to hide from the immune system. And we'll validate these results. And on the output, we generate a very simple form of the output. Say you are interested whether your new chemical substance will be able to treat Epstein-Barr virus. You can click here, and we'll show you which drugs are might be important, which genes might be important. And for each article, we show you the specific chain of causation that Epstein-Barr virus causes the increased PD-L1 expression, which causes inhibition of CD8 T cell and so on, and this causes impaired host immunity. And for a different article, it might be somewhat different. So you can quickly focus on any particular illness, or we can focus on a particular gene, for example, on this one, and it will show which pathogens we might be able to attack. So the use of such multi-agent solutions built on top of no-code system, it can save months and sometimes years of man hours of manual work. With this, that's probably everything that I wanted to discuss today. Then I thank everybody for attending the webinar and look forward to responding to any questions via email or any way you want to communicate with us. Thanks for your time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.